This is my Project Pan update. I believe it's the 4th update. If you haven't seen my intro video or any of the others, I will link the playlist above here. But what I do is I add 5 products every month on top of the products that I was already working on, so that hopefully by the end of the year I will have 60 products done. I do a once a month update because these products are fuller, larger, all that than I tend to do in things like seasonal challenges or smaller projects. So my progress is not as exciting as it is for those. So far I've only finished 1 product, and that is the MAC Lip Gloss in Strange Potion. And I'm not taking the stopper out of it, and that's about as much as I can get with the wand and all. So, to make things interesting, what I try to do is come up with a theme for the month on how I pick my products. So, I will tell you my new theme for my new products at the end of this when I show those. But first, let's go through the products that I have already in the project, and there are quite a lot at this point. So, my first category or theme was Face Basics, and I had the L'Oreal Magic Nude Powder, and I just put this on. Sorry if it looks like I'm actually not wearing makeup. I am, but this is my very quick I'm going to work makeup, which I am going to work, so if I'd wanted to do a full face I wouldn't have gotten this update done. So the L'Oreal Magic Nude, and it's shaken up, but I am about right here, right there. And I just, for some reason, have not been marking these. So I will start to mark in the future, I think. But for now, I actually have not been marking, but I am right there. Something has been breaking me out, though, and I'm afraid that it might be this. I'm going to give it another month to see if that continues with this. And I'm going to work really hard, maybe use a little bit extra each time to try to finish this up in a month, because I'd hate to have to throw it out so close to being done, but that might have to happen if it's breaking me out. Then I had the Cheek Room makeup base, and this is a purple makeup base. Truthfully, I don't know where this is. If you see my previous videos, you'll know that this is so thin that I can't squeeze up the tube until it comes out. It does leak, which is why I chose this one. So I'm just going to have to go till it's gone. I really was actually thinking about possibly squeezing all this out into another container just to see how much I have left. But at least for this month, I'm going to continue with this container. This one might also be why I'm breaking out, so I really want to try to finish them both by the end of this month. Then I had the Hard Candy Glamouflage Light Concealer, and it's a double-ended concealer. One's a little bit lighter than the other. It's in Ultra Light. And like I said, I haven't been marking, but when I started, this side right here was actually quite a bit larger than this side right here, and now they are about the same size. So I have been making progress on this. And I think this side was actually larger significantly, but they're about the same now, so I have been making some progress on that, which is good. And I think it was Curious Sparkles who was saying that she had started taking her finger to warm up the product and put it on her face. And I started doing that with this one because it does not like to stay on. Like, it would smear around, but it wouldn't really stay on. And I found that using my finger made it stay on better. I don't know. And sorry for the weird shadows that might be on my face. It's actually kind of dark outside, so I have other lighting on, and it's doing weird shadowy things. Then I had the Lime Crime Candy Eyed Eyeshadow Primer, and it looks like this. This is a very sticky base, so you don't need a whole lot of it, so it's slow going. Then I have this UV Natural 100 Mineral Sunkill Loose Powder, and if I can shake it down, it's about can't get it quite even, but it's about halfway done. And I don't mind the powder. It's actually pretty good on days when I don't want to wear foundation and I just do concealer and that powder, because it is tinted, so it does cover a little bit more than a translucent powder would. Then my next category was cream products. So I had first the Benefit Ooh La Lift, and it looks like it's about there, but when I try to look in, it looks like the center is actually a lot more hollow than what's on the outside. So I've been using this as a highlight, really trying to get rid of it, and kind of been putting off again this month the Urban Decay Moonshine Cream Highlight. I do plan to try to put this in lotion in the summer, so it's about where it was the last 2 months, right here. Then I had the Jabot Cream Blush in Natural Flush Light, and it's about right there, so I'm just working on this, and hopefully I can finish it by the end of the year. It doesn't look like a lot, but cream blushes take forever. Then I have the foiled eyeshadow, cream shadow from Benefit, and I don't have it in this jar because it was really hard to work with, so I did move it into this one, and it looks like that. I did try to put primer in there to mix it up, and it made it a little bit better, though it's not 100%, but it is much more usable than it was before, so I at least was able to make it a little bit more usable. But I had a lot of good suggestions on how to revive those. I did try the primer one first because I had a primer in this, so I figured if I added product to one and it took from the other, then I was still in the same place. Then I had the Gem of Roses lipstick from MAC. I had really wanted to finish this one, and I just didn't. I am right there. I'm right near the end. I just don't reapply lipstick that much. I did bring it with me all the time, but I just really wasn't in a position to reapply frequently. So I am definitely going to focus on this. And I really want to get it done in this next month. I will do what I have to do to get it done, where every day, even when I'm not going anywhere, stuff like that, to get it done. Then I had, for the next category, MAC products. Even though I already had one in there, I did pick MAC, just in general, as a category. And that's where the Strange Potion came from, so I did finish one out of that set. But I also had the MAC Prep and Prime Vibrancy Eye Primer. And someone did tell me that it's an air pump and you can check by sticking a paper clip up there. So I did that, and if it's going where at the very bottom, it's about right here. So I do have a decent ways still left on this, and it doesn't need much. This was the eye primer that I put into the cream shadow. But I do like this. I want to use it just because it's older, but I do like this, and I use it every day under my corrector because my corrector gets kind of dry if I don't use this. Then I had the Teddy Kohl liner right here, and I have not used that this much this month because I was focusing on a different liner instead. But I do like this one. It's just starting to dry out a little bit. Then I had the MAC blush in Tenderling. And I mean, this doesn't show anything. I actually didn't put any on today, and I should do that. But I like light blush. I don't like to look like I'm wearing a lot of blush. So I have a very, very light hand, even with this kind of color that's very neutral. So I'm not sure. I may only hit pan on that, and I guess if that's all I do, that's good. Because I've never finished a blush, or even hit pan on a blush, so that would be good. Anyway, regardless, whether I finish it or just hit pan. Then I had the MAC Tender Tone Lip Balm in Tread Gently, and it's a very pretty like gold color. And I did want to work on this a lot, and I did clear out a lot on that side except for in the corner. So I should be able to get more done next month. The problem with this is I feel bad about using it just as a lip balm because I really do like it. It really is pretty. So I don't always do that, but it feels more like a lip gloss than a lip balm, so I actually do use it more as a lip gloss. Then my next category was pencils, so I do have a bunch of those. The first one is the Tarte LipSurgence, and it's the Tarte for True Blood one, and I think that's all it was called. I don't think it was called something else. But it looks like that, and I really haven't even dented the point. I didn't use it much because I was really trying to focus on the MAC lipstick, but I did take it with me on a trip that I went on, and I used that in conjunction with this, which is the Flower Lip Liner in Cherry Red. And it looks like that. I'm not going to pull it all the way up because I don't want it to break, but it's a nice red, so I really liked those two together. Then I have the Ofra Lip Liner in Silk, and I'm right there. And I did sharpen this one a couple times. I actually just sharpened it this morning before I used it today. And so hopefully this won't take that long. I do use it with the Gem of Roses, but I'm sure I will have something else to use it with once that one's done. Then I have the Urban Decay Pencil in Stash right here, and I think I've sharpened this maybe once, and it is like kind of a olive greeny color. Then this is the liner that I was using more instead of Teddy on the brown side. Whiskey, just because it's so short, I really feel like I can finish up at least this side in this next month. I'm also going to be working on the black side as well. So that is the whole pencil, and I do want to finish the whole pencil. But I think I can finish the brown one up by the end of this month. So I am hoping that I will have 4 products done at least this month. Really, really going to work on that and really crack down, especially on that lipstick, which I have said, oh, I should be able to finish it this month for the last 2 months, and it hasn't happened. So, okay, the next category, which is my one for this month, is going to be nude products. And it's crazy, but the reason that I'm doing it is because I have so much. So I have, in this set of 5, I have 4 more lip products. I just have so many lip products that I need to get some of them out. A lot of them are older, so I really need to get them out before they go bad. And I do check them to make sure they're not bad before I pick them. At least, you know, when I pick them, they're not bad. Now, if they happen to go bad sometime, you know, that sucks, but I really can't do anything about that anymore. But, you know, I check them beforehand and I make sure they're not bad first. So even if they're old, they're not bad yet, because some of them are pretty old. But that's why I'm picking so many lip products, so I can get some of my old ones out. And so enough of that. The first product is the Viva Glam Gaga 2 Lip Glass. So like I said, these are pretty old. And I've used this a couple times, but not a lot. I really do like the color though, so I shouldn't have a problem with that, and it'll give a little bit more color to my new lipstick. Then I also have this Elizabeth and James Nirvana Lip Gloss, and I got this in a set with the Nirvana White Rollerball and then this. And it actually smells really, really good, like cookies. Like the vanilla, like frosting on cookies. So I really do want to use this up. Then I have this NYX Butter Lip Balm, and it is in Marshmallow, and I have never used this before, except for, I think, maybe just swatch the color on it. It came from one of the boxes, and it is not really a color that I would pick, but I have a lot of colored lip balms that I just don't really get to because they're colored. They're not as easy as a regular, like, clear lip balm to put on and just whenever. So the lipstick that I'm picking this time is NARS Madère, I think, Madère. And it is this lipstick right here. And it is basically a concealer nude. It is like a concealer for your lips. So it's like that. And it is the only really, really light nude that I've ever found that actually applies nicely. But I just find that when I wear it, I feel like I can't pull it off and I just end up taking it off. So I do need to get this out because I just have not been using it. And I think the Gaga lip gloss will look better over it. It'll make it a little bit less concealery. And I actually was going to pick a 5th lip product, but I decided not to because I didn't want to completely overwhelm myself. So I picked this Little Bare Minerals 5-in-1 primer, or cream shadow. It's BB Advanced Performance Cream Shadow. And this is just a sample one that came in one of the boxes. But these things take a while, so I figured it would still take a decent amount of time, even though it's like a little mini size. So I did decide to throw it in there instead of another lipstick, which I actually had pulled out first and then changed my mind on. I really wanted to do a cream shadow, not cream shadow, loose shadow, but I didn't have any nude ones or neutral color kind of things. So I decided to pull out this, and I did also debate on bringing in this one instead, but I'm not quite sure that I want to include like a single color from a palette kind of thing in the project, because I feel like the point would be to actually lose 60 products from my collection, and if it's in a palette that still has more, that's not really getting rid of an item. I don't know. And so I might have to think on that, and I might consider doing that in the future. But this time I wasn't sure that I wanted to do that, so I did go for that little mini cream shadow. And so now I have, what, 5, 10, 15, 24 products in here now, so I really need to finish some products, otherwise this is going to get more and more difficult as time goes on because I can't use all the products all at once. So hopefully I'll finish some things up, at least 2, maybe, hopefully 4, and I guess we'll see next month. But that is it for this update. If you haven't checked out my other videos in the project pan, I will link the playlist to the side. I will also link my last video to the side, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.